Well, hello there, my lovely, lovely Lego addicts. I have slightly angled the camera this way, so I have room to put pictures up. How very exciting. I apologise in advance for being a little bit sniffly. I have a lovely, delightful, fantastic cold that basically I'm ignoring by putting lipstick on and taking paracetamol. I just want to make sure I film this video before I go to Spain, so you know, whilst you're watching this, I am probably in Spain, fingers crossed, hopefully we are allowed in, that would be great. So that is what's happening. So I just thought as a video to give you this lovely weekend, I really want to update you on my most wanted Lego sets, because if you've been here since I had like 10 subscribers, you may have seen my video where I basically talk about my 10 most wanted Lego sets. I will put a card up there. It was in that time where I had just started YouTube and was completely trying to figure out what my style was. Yeah, go watch that if you want to have a blast from the past. Obviously, as you can understand, time passes and I have now got some that were on my list, and also some things have changed on said list. That list that we talked about in that video was in order. However, I have tried very, very hard and I can't come up with an order at the moment for the ones that are currently on my list, because I kind of want all of them, but also I want them for the right price, which is always a huge thing in my book. I have made a list, which I'm just grabbing onto my phone right now. These are my most wanted Lego sets, and I honestly would love to have them in my collection. However, I don't want to add them to my collection, like, regardless of cost. Like, I don't want them that much that I would just splurge my money, because to me, collecting Lego is like a really, really fun pastime, but also there is a limit to how much I'm willing to spend on Lego bricks. So if the price doesn't feel right, like, I don't think I can justify it to myself. So even though it may be on my list, if it's sort of like pushing the boundary for what I'm willing to spend, I'm unlikely to get it. I just wanted to put that caveat out there because I think we all have some sort of boundary, which is what we're comfortable spending on certain sets. And with some sets on this list, I haven't got them because, point one, I haven't really found them for a good deal, but also display space is at a premium and I would want these sets and I would have to have them on display in a beautiful setting. So sometimes they're just so big that there is literally nowhere for them to go. So let's dive into the list. It's in no particular order. So if you have seen my previous video, you will not think this is at all surprising, but the Tower of Orthanc is still on the list. Here are some stats about it and a picture. This is the biggest Lord of the Rings set that's ever come out. My lovely, I guess, brother-in-law now has this set and it looks glorious, it's beautiful, it has so many amazing elements. Yeah, it's a fantastic, fantastic set. It's very tall though, and at the moment I don't think I have room to display it, but it's one of those sets that if I could find it for a decent deal, I would definitely still want it. So since my last top 10 most wanted sets, I've actually added Bag End and Rivendell to my collection. They were very high up in my list that time. This is just the one that's still outstanding. It goes for a lot of money and it makes me a bit uncomfortable, but it is a really, really cool set. It's kind of just not been at the highest priority, but it's one of those like, I guess it's retired anyway, I'll just pick it up at some point type thing. Alright, next up, and this isn't actually a retired set, this is a set currently still on the shelves, and I really want the Disney Castle, but I keep talking myself out of it because it's very expensive, I don't have room for the Disney Castle. I'm also not nostalgically attached to the Disney Castle. As much as I really, really love Disney and I definitely enjoy their movies, I've never been to any Disney parks, not because I didn't want to, just because like never ended up going. It's a really big thing to go to Disneyland Paris when I was little, so we never did. It's just not a hugely nostalgic thing to me, but I do really, really like the Disney Castle. And also, I would really love to build the all build of the costume shop for it because I love doing all builds. They're like my favorite. I keep debating with myself whether to get it or not. But yeah, it's just really hard to justify, especially this year. Like, I know it's probably going to retire at the end of this year and it's very expensive, but then we also have like 2 more sets that are coming out really soon that I definitely want, and especially the D2C Harry Potter set that's coming out in September. Like, that set is like so high on my list, even though I don't know what it's gonna be, because it's gonna be really expensive and like I've already had to start saving for it, and it's March and it's probably not gonna come out until September, and I have to like stop chipping away at like saving some money so I can get that set at the time because it's gonna be just so much money. So the Disney Castle has been kind of downgraded because of that, but I'm also really worried that if it does retire and possibly go up in value, I'm gonna really regret it. So it's just one of those that I keep having in my hand and then talking myself out of. Who knows? Who knows how it will go? I don't know if I'm ever gonna end up getting it or not, but it's just one of those sets that just, I wish it was around for another year. I feel like I could probably work up to it then, but yeah, it's just like the wrong time or something. Like I need another year to work up to it. Then next up we have the Chinese New Year dinner set, which is kind of an old one. It's somewhat, I think this is the first year that they did the Chinese New Year sets. They only were available, I think, in China and Singapore possibly. So I don't think they were even available in this country. However, it wouldn't have mattered because I wasn't into Lego when it came out anyway, so regardless where they were sold, I wouldn't have gotten it. I really love that set. I don't know why, I just look at pictures and I'm like, I love it. I think it looks really cozy. I love the colours in it, and especially the food tiles in it are just beautiful. So it's just been kind of on my list for ages. I also think it's probably one of the least likely ones that I'm going to get because it is quite a small set. It does go for a lot of money because I think it was region specific, so for how many bricks you get, it just goes for stupid money, and that makes me feel like uncomfortable when I buy Lego sets. I don't like when they're a lot of money when they're small. I've kind of been like talking myself out of it, but I do really love the set and I think it looks fantastic. And those food tiles, they're so beautiful. Next up, another sort of older one. This may come as a surprise, but it's the haunted house. Yes, I do have the haunted house. I have the drop side haunted house that I've converted into a modular. However, I would really love the old-fashioned haunted house. I love the color of it, I love the style of it. I would also really love to get a haunted house and then like renovate it so it looks like just a gothic like manor. That would be amazing. So I am planning on probably getting that at some point. Again, it's retired, it's quite popular, so it goes for quite a lot of money, and we'll see how quickly I can afford that to myself. But it is definitely on the list because it's just such a cool design. I just love this set, it looks so good. Then next up, on the same line of buildings, there is the old fishing store. And as much as I said that I find it really, really hard to grade these, this is definitely near the top. I love this set, it looks so good. There is just so many amazing colours and techniques, and the vibe of it is just awesome, and I am so sad I missed out on this set when it was real because it goes for quite a lot of money now. I missed out on one good deal, so I nearly bought it, but then I missed out, so that was such a shame. It is one of those, if I find it nearish me used for a good price, I'm probably gonna pick it up just because it just looks so nice. Like, I really do want it a lot. Then next up, in ye olde worldy theme, there is the medieval market. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I want the whole set or if I just want bits of it, but I love this set. I think what I really like about this set is that it really captures the idea of like a marketplace really well. I like the playability of it, it's really, really cool. However, I've recently started thinking of possibly using that set as an inspiration and possibly building my own mocks based on it with modern bricks. The lovely James from Slim Jim Lego, pictured here, he's done some amazing buildings with that exact purpose, and he's totally convinced me to do that because it looks awesome. I'm such a fan of his buildings, so I may do a similar thing just without buying the actual set because it goes for a lot of money, to the point where I'm like, I don't think I love the buildings enough to justify the price it went for, but if this was on the shelf, you full well know I'd buy two. So I think this is possibly one that is at the bottom of the list somewhere. It would be awesome, but at the same time, I think I'm gonna just be able to see if I can recreate it with modern Lego and my own design. That is kind of where I'm at with this one. And then next up, with sort of like a medieval theme, I think this is a very, very narrow segue here. I would really love the sea cow. I think this boat just, it's just steampunk goodness. It looks amazing. I like how they did the sails. I like how they built it. It's huge. It's just epic. I love it so much. I think, anyway, I can probably go on about it for quite a long time. I think this ship just looks insane. It's beautiful. It has everything that I want the ship to be. I wish the Durmstrang ship was like it because that would be amazing, but I really, really want the sea cow. Also, not only do I think the set looks awesome, I like the Lego movie, so it's kind of like a double whammy, like, because of that I'd like it even more. It just looks so cool. It's such a good design. The sails are brick built as well and not cloth because I don't know, for some reason it makes it really cool. I just like it a lot. And then last but not least, and again, this is very high on my wish list. I would love this set so much, and I nearly bought it, and I still regret just passing on it at the time. But I would really love the Temple of Airjitsu. It's a beautiful building. It's fantastic. I love every single rendition that I've seen of people that have put it in a modular base plate or like integrated it within their Ninjago area. It's probably been on my wish list for like, I think it was in my previous video. It's been on my wish list for a long time. It's just wonderful. I love it so very much. In an ideal world, I would love to at least make my Ninjago area about triple as big. I just want so many more Ninjago style buildings. It's one of my favourite style buildings, and I've been really enjoying doing some mocks for it as well. So I would love to have a Temple of Airjitsu to have a more oldie worldy area for the Ninjago area, and yeah, it has my heart. That set is just stunning. Just so many amazing designs to it. But again, it needs to be the correct price. So that's all my most wanted sets for the moment. I can probably think of various other ones that I would really enjoy. Honourable mentions are the Old Diagon Alley, Cafe Corner, the Green Grocer. All of those, I like them. I'm just not really willing to pay what they're worth, so I'm unlikely to ever get them. They're cool. If somebody ever wanted to be like, yo, would you like this? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. But yeah, I'm unlikely to actually buy those, so that's why they didn't really make the list. And that's why the medieval market was sort of like on the list, but not really, because I'm obviously trying to see if I can actually mock my own, because that way it's a much more surefire way of actually adding it to my city than otherwise. Let me know what's on your list. Let me know if you agree with some of these choices. Let me know if you've got some of them and think they are worth it. And yeah, let me know what your most favourite ones are, because I'm really curious what people have on their lists. There is a lot of awesome sets out there that I've 100% missed out of. I've only been in this hobby for like 2 years, so I've spent a lot of money since. So, you know, I have to draw the line somewhere, okay? Like, evidently. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is a bit of like an unusual Johanna video, but I quite enjoy doing a bit of a list sometime. Let me know if you want to see more of this. I can probably make another one about like my favourite sets. Which do I like the best? Anyways, I'll see you very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next city update video, probably. And then I've got some Barcelona vlogs coming. Oh yeah. See you all later. Bye. Howdo. I have a cold, but I am pretending it's not there. Doo -doo -doo -doo. My voice sounds really weird, and I don't know if my voice actually sounds weird or if it's just in my head because it feels like I'm underwater. Underwater? People are gonna think I'm insane. Are they wrong? No, they're probably not wrong. Yeah, well. See you later.